Spice fam, welcome back to Christmas with Spice Island Cooking. In today's video, I will be showing you how you can use your sorrel pulp to include it into your bread. So this bread is actually nice, it's fluffy, it's delicious, and it's perfect for your Christmas breakfast or dinner. It's a nice inclusion. So you don't want to miss this video. Also, please note that this bread has a bit of tartness to it because of the sorrel. So you want to make sure that you put a little bit more sugar than you would in your regular bread. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, put on your post notification bell so you don't miss each time we upload a video. Now, without further ado, let us get into this video. To make our black sorrel bread, we would need some black sorrel pulp, and I do have it here with a little bit of that extract. I have here my oil as my fat, also a mixture of oil and margarine or butter can be used as well. On this channel, we don't really like to eat white bread like that, so we do have here some flax chia mix. Here I have some milk powder, some sugar, as well as some pink Himalayan salt. Here I have some soaked rolled oats, and we are soaking our rolled oats, or we would have soaked it to help with the moisture profile of the oats that would not take away from the moisture of the bread. That is one thing when you're using oats in your bread you don't want to skip, or else you will not have a very nice textured moist bread on hand. Here I have some yeast, and we have some regular all-purpose flour that we sifted. So you want to make sure that you do sift your flour, and also we will be adding in a little bit of the sorrel extract. I forgot to show it in this clip, so let's go. To start off, here we are going to prep our pulp. So what I will do is to blend it for a little bit to make a smooth paste, and that helps with the smooth mixture into the bread. So I'm just going to pulse it a few times until I get that nice texture that I am looking for. So I did check it after a couple minutes or so, and it still has not broken down to the way I want it to be. I'm still seeing bits and pieces of the pulp in there that hasn't been broken down properly. So I will return it to the blender and blend for a little longer and then come back. So here is what the sorrel paste looks like. I do apologize for the mess on the bowl, but yeah, so this is what our paste looks like. I'm just going to show you the texture that we are looking at. And with this recipe, I did not add in a whole lot of the pulp, simply because it does have aftertaste to it, and you don't want it to be too bitter. Well, not necessarily bitter. You don't want it to be so heavy that it takes away from the flavors of the bread. In a stand mixer, I went ahead and added all of my dry ingredients, including the pulp and the oats. And next, what we are going to do is to mix everything until it is well combined. That's what you want to do first before you do anything else. So we're going to mix that up, and next we're going to add in our liquids. Also, please comment below, let me know if you would have made sorrel bread before. If you did, let us know exactly what you would have done differently. So here we are just basically mixing everything together. So once we have mixed that together, we are next adding in the fat, which is our oil. And for this recipe, we do not need a lot of liquid. We just roughly need about half cup, I think, just about half cup. It could be less, of course, but you have to keep an eye on your recipe. So as you can see here, it actually is light purple. And as I said, it is black sorrel that we did use, so it will have that. If it was a red, it would definitely have that red look to it. So you want to make sure that you do have some extra flour on hand in the event that it's too sticky and you need to add in some flour. When you do adding in any flour, however, ensure that you use or you start off by adding a tablespoon at a time until you get that desired consistency, which should be sticky but not too sticky that it cannot work with. So this is what our dough looks like after kneading for roughly 8 minutes. And I'm just basically moving it around to get rid pick up that extra or excess dough that would have stayed on the sides of the mixing bowl. So as I said, it is a very light purple. And next, what we are going to do is to place it into a lightly greased bowl. And we are just going to mix it around until it's well coated in the oil. Once we would have coated the dough in that oil, we are going to allow it to sit in a warm part of the kitchen and double in size for roughly about an hour. Also, don't forget to comment below. Let us know what you think about the video. Are you enjoying our Christmas video so far? We would love to hear from you. So we will set that aside and I'll come back when it's proofed. Here is our dough after about roughly an hour or so. It has doubled in size, and I'm just giving you a little close-up look. This is what it's looking like. If you look very closely, you can see bits and pieces of the pulp, but they are very small. So we are going to punch it in the middle to deflate it, which helps get rid of any air bubbles in there. And we are going to place it back into our mixer to knead for a further 3 minutes. Also, just to give the color a little bit more vibrancy, I'm just going to add in some of that food coloring paste. And it's in the shade Super Red. So I'm just using a toothpick and just taking some of the paste. Now, you don't want to put too much of it simply because it can be very bitter if you add too much. And of course, as I did mention earlier, if you had if we are using the red sorrel, it will come out red. In this case, it's black, so it came out purple. So once I add that or the paste to the dough, I'm just going to go ahead and knead it for that 3 minutes. And once it's done, I will come back to show you. This recipe right here is actually really perfect with the Christmas season fastly approaching. I think it's a really nice recipe you can add to your menu for breakfast or even for dinner, just to add something a little bit different. So this is what the dough looks like. As you can see, it's light purple. It's a brighter purple that is light. So we are going to place it onto a lightly floured countertop. And as I said, this is a sticky dough. Did I say that? I hope I did. But this is a sticky dough, so you want to ensure that you do have that extra flour on hand. And don't you worry, I will leave a link in the description box below with the recipe, which will include the ingredients used and the amount. So here I'm just basically gently kneading it for a couple seconds or so, and then we are next going to form it into a bread dough. And here we have our lightly greased loaf pan that we will add it to. So once I would have added it to the pan, I'm next going to go ahead and do some incision on top, just for presentation style, if you want to call it that. And we are going to now allow it to double in size in a warm place in the kitchen again. And this is what it looks like after roughly 45 minutes. We're going to place it into the oven and bake until it's nice and golden brown, about 50 to 60 minutes, depending on the oven used. After that time, this is what it looks like. It has taken a really nice golden color on the top, or all around actually, and if you look through this incision, you can see that it's actually light purple. So we did allow it to cool completely in the, well, not in the pan, 10 minutes in the pan and completely on the cooling rack, and I'm just showing you what it looks like. So now we are going to cut, and the moment of truth will be here. If you've reached this far into this video and you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting on, guys? Please subscribe and don't forget to share the video. We always look forward to your comments, so be sure to comment and let us know what you think about our Christmas videos so far, and of course about this video in particular. So here is a slice of the bread, and the camera is not doing it justice, but yeah, I'm just going to break it so that you can see the texture of that bread. Yo, that bread was simply delicious. And I might say that, might I say here, sorry, that it did have a little bit of aftertaste, and it's not a bad aftertaste. It is, after all, sorrel, so it has a strong taste, and which is why I would be careful as to how much I add to my bread. So I really hope you would have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as I would have mentioned earlier, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.